Mrs. Clinton today, in her testimony this morning before the Senate committee, get this now, Mrs. Clinton said that she has always said the Benghazi attack was caused by militants, and that simply isn't true. Mrs. Clinton for weeks went out and blamed the video. She blamed protests. She did not blame Al-Qaeda. She said today that she always blamed Al-Qaeda. She always said that it wasn't a protest, that it was, and it simply is not true. But then again, we should not be surprised when a Clinton lies under oath. You see, it all depends on what the definition of is. But she did say that. She cut an ad, a TV ad with Obama that ran in Pakistan, blaming the video, blaming this video maker. The first hour and a half today at the Senate committee hearing, there wasn't even a question about the video. Not one question about the video. And they blamed all of that on the video for weeks, and there wasn't one question of it. That's what I mean about the ruling class circling the wagons. Okay, to the sound bites. Here is Hillary opening the hearing with tears. It was her best moment of the 2008 primaries when she cried. Remember that? Saved herself in New Hampshire. And it always works for Oprah. And Lance Armstrong didn't cry. People ripped into him. Here's Hillary opening up this morning.
For me, this is not just a matter of policy. It's personal. I stood next to President Obama as the Marines carried those flag-draped caskets off the plane at Andrews. I put my arms around the mothers and fathers, the sisters and brothers, the sons and daughters, and the wives left alone to raise their children.
Right, I blamed the video for it. And I told them, well, we got this guy. We put him in jail. The video did it. After about an hour and 15 minutes of kissing her butt, and by the way, hour and 15 minutes after of having her butt kissed, a Republican finally asked a simple question that got under her skin. It was a Republican senator from Wisconsin, Ron Johnson. He said, we were misled. There were supposedly protests, and an assault sprang out of that. And that was easily ascertained that was not the fact. The American people could have known that within days, but they didn't know that. In other words, you guys kept talking about the video, and it wasn't the video. This was a planned attack.
With all due respect, the fact is we had 4 dead Americans. Was it because of a protest, or was it because of guys out for a walk one night who decided they'd go kill Americans? What difference at this point does it make? It is our job to figure out what happened and do everything we can to prevent it from ever happening again, Senator. Now, honestly, I will do my best to answer your questions about this, but the fact is that people were trying in real time to get to the best information. It is, from my perspective, less important today, folks, looking backwards, as to why these militants decided they did it than to find them and bring them to justice.
What did she do to save anybody? Can anybody cite a single thing? She didn't do anything to save anybody. So she gets this question. Yeah, you guys are basically blaming the video and so forth and so on. And she goes on offense. What difference does it make at this point? A protest or guys out for a walk? Well, what difference is it? What the difference is that you were lying through your teeth about it, Mrs. Clinton, and you knew it. That's what difference is. You talk about being honest with the American people, saving lives. What did she do to save anybody? Can she cite a single thing? What difference does it make? Our motive doesn't matter. How are they going to prevent this from happening in the future? More money. That's right. We need more funding. That's what we need in the State Department. We need more money. She just said it was her job to prevent this from happening in the future, but she's not even concerned here with motive. What does it matter? What difference does it make at this point? Of course, what difference does it make when your husband lied under it? What difference does it make when your husband had all his affairs? What difference does it make whether you lied about the vast right-wing conspiracy? What difference does anything make? Why should you be held accountable? I'm above being held accountable, Mrs. Clinton thinks. Who are you to be questioning me? Don't you understand what's going on here? The purpose, this is to make me look good. Who the hell do you think you are, Senator Johnson? What difference does it make how it happened? Fact is, I'm out trying to save lives. So now Mrs. Clinton says, what difference does it make? Well, we got a montage here. Let's go back. Listen to this.
I don't care how offensive this video was, and it was terribly offensive, and we should shun it.
This video is disgusting and reprehensible. It appears to have a deeply cynical purpose to denigrate a great religion and to provoke rage.
Let's be clear. These protests were in reaction to a video that had spread to the region.
You had a video that was released by somebody who lives here, sort of a shadowy character, who is an extremely offensive video.
The unrest we've seen has been in reaction to a video.
It was a crude and disgusting video, sparked outrage throughout the Muslim world.
It was a spontaneous, not a premeditated response, a direct result of a heinous and offensive video.
I know there are some who ask, why don't we just ban such a video? And the answer is enshrined in our laws. Our Constitution protects the right to practice free speech.
What difference does it make? The administration lied to the American people. What difference does it make the president lied to the American people? What difference does it make that Jay Carney lied to the American people? What difference does it make that Susan Rice lied to the American people on 6 different shows or 5? Or what difference does it make that Hillary Clinton lied to the American people? What difference does any of it make? Don't you understand what we're doing here? What difference does it make? I had to stand next to flag-draped coffins. I had to hug dead family members. What difference does it make? What difference does it make? You're the one that spread the story. What difference does it make? You're the one that told us why this supposedly happens. We're talking about 4 dead Americans. What difference does it make? And you tell us that you're going to make sure it doesn't happen again, and you can't even be honest with people about why it happened? What difference does it make that everybody was lying through their teeth about this because the truth might have imperiled Obama's reelection? What difference does it make? Now, I mentioned that I have never seen the amount of fawning, butt-kissing that I saw at this hearing this morning from senators from both parties, and we have a montage. Now, was based on this.
I want to thank you for coming. I know you've had some health issues still undergoing, and yet you're here. And I think we all do respect the tremendous amount of hard work that you've put forth over the last 4 years.
Thank you for your service, and thank you for the kindness you've shown this committee.
We're glad to see you here and wish you all the best.
I'd like to join my colleagues in thanking you for your service sincerely. And also appreciate the fact that you're here testifying and glad that you're looking in good health.
Thank you for your testimony, and also thank you, as others have said, for your service. Traveling over 1 million miles and more than 100 countries.
As a doctor, I will tell you, I have seen you work yourself to exhaustion, not for your own benefit, but for the benefit of the people of this country, and the country is grateful for that.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. We thank you. We thank you for your outstanding and dedicated service to this nation, and we are proud of you.
What difference does it make? Here you have, this is the ruling class circling the wagons. We have somebody in a job totally unsuited for it, not qualified, wasn't around, lied to the American people about why it happened, and we get this kind of fawning, butt-kissing. Oh, you're wonderful. Oh, the miles. Oh, the service. Oh, the concern. The American people are forever thankful for you. Oh, my God. In their dreams, the American people are thankful.